Pole Am Ring or something.
Red Bull Ring.
Red Bull Ring.
Gives you wings, man.
The bull ring thingy, is it like the nose? Through the nose?
It might be.
Interesting. With me, as always, is the future of mincemeat, Mike Magas.
I thought that was Travis.
I mean, I'm trying to work out new things. Also, I decided to go with like the quadruple M.
Fair enough. I enjoy that. We are here at the Red Bull Ring for round 4 of the ESR, or the 3D Speed presented by ESR Series, GT3 Racing. We got one race of 30 minutes, one race of 15 minutes, and we're in qualifying right now with, of course, Mike Stofmeel on pole position ahead of Josiah Jerome, Ariel Zatoni, Gerardo Delvale, and Paul Riccobeni. We got a 26-car grid here today. It's a big one. And
I like it. More carnage, the better.
More potential carnage indeed. We ride with Martin Lauer, who's just outside the top 5, and it's looking like he might be in the top 5 here after this lap. He's got a pretty good one going on here, a bit within 3/10 of pole position after 2 sectors. So unless his 3rd sector is particularly poor, he should be moving up in the world. And there he is, up to 4th place. Did lose about 4/10 in that last sector, though, so not a good 3rd sector for Martin Lauer as he cruises off track there. There is the handsome man himself, Rick Martel, on your screen, and it looks like we got a grid pending any last-minute fastest laps. Mike Stofmeel, Josiah Jerome, Ariel Zatoni, Martin Lauer, Gerardo Lavelle, Paul Riccobeni, Joe Racer, Top Silver Cup Man, Richard Higgs, Nils Baukage, Michael Jeffries, Yevgeny Lazarenko, Nick Peterson, Wayne Hutchinson, Simeon Naku. Simeon's down there a ways. I'd expect him to be a little bit higher. Zoltan Kalmandi, Guillermo Martinez, Michael Magas, Tino Kolnetsky, Alfonso Chacon is a new man to the grid today. Rick Martel, Javier Perez-Torres, Dixon Hurst, Leonard Burke, John Picha, and there were more, but I got cut off.
Well, sugar dog, you should have talked faster.
We got a quick 2-minute warm-up here for this track. This track is, it's got a lot of elevation changes, a lot of good opportunities to race, a lot of opportunities for potential mistakes. It's a really good track, actually. It's one that produces some good real-life racing, and actually has the interesting distinction of being the first F1 race I ever watched live. It was at this track in 1997.
My God, I didn't even think you were born until like 2003.
I mean, I literally just, I watched it.
Neat.
So, we have a pretty good race lined up here. Josiah Jerome on the front row. Travis's boy. The Dominicite, or various other nicknames that we came up
with. The Dominicizer.
The Dominatrixes?
I don't think that one's going to fly.
I'm sure we can make it happen. Oh, Simeon Naku off the track there in his old school Corvette Z06.
Well, also he's very drunk.
Having a little bit of a hard time there. A lot of Audis towards the front of the track, but the Mustangs put up a solid showing as well with 1st and 6th. So look for Stofmeel and Gerardo Delvale to unleash the beast throughout this race. And very difficult track, and we'll see what happens here. Motegi's next up on the calendar, which is somewhat similar to this track in a lot of ways. So this is an interesting preview in that regard. There's ESR also heading to Monza for the F3 race coming up, and then more action from the Swedish Hogtide, which is
kinky,
coming up this Saturday, and the Academy finale this Saturday as well. Whoa! Style points for Josiah Jerome.
Well done.
And a spin-off there from Ariel Zatoni as well. Gerardo Delvale there in the Mustang heading out onto track. And we head towards the race here. That's either Michael Jeffries or Johnny Major. Actually, it's definitely Michael Jeffries, because Johnny Major unfortunately absent today, so we won't get to cheer for our fellow wrestling fan. He was unable to make the raid.
He got Pearl Harbored?
He did get Pearl Harbored, yes. Yes, he did. Just like I might Pearl Harbor your audio. Oh! As we await everyone to join the grid. There it is. 26 cars from Mike Stofmeel to Justin Kratz at the back of the pack. We are getting ready. The lights are red. They are green. And here we go. A little bit of contact in the background there. I believe that was Leonard Burke and Tobias Howard getting into it, so not great for them. And the race is off, and whoa, a couple cars out very, very wide there. I saw Joe Racer, Wayne Hutchinson, Simeon Naku were amongst them. Martin Lauer has been overpowered at the start by the charging Mustang of Gerardo Delvey, and Paul Riccobeni in the mix there, of course, in the Project Velocity entry. So solid start there from Silver Coupler. Richard Higgs, he's in the green and white Audi. He is in 7th position. Great work for the Silver Coupler.
I'm sorry, did you say Velociraptor?
Project Velocity, although Velociraptor would also be cool.
Peroxide Velociraptor.
Actually, that'd be a great racing team. Velociraptor.
Yeah. Velocity Raptor.
That's a good option. Martin Lauer on the tail of the Mustang. The Audi is going to be strong in very different points of the track, and Paul Riccobeni trying to slip up the inside there. Nothing doing yet. Mike Stofmeel leads the way from Josiah Jerome and Ariel Zatoni so far. The man on the charge at the moment, just kind of looking if anyone's on a particular charge. Yevgeny Lazarenko's up to 9th place, so good start from him. We'll see if he can hang on there with his Porsche. He is the top Porsche at the moment, taking that spot from Nils Baukic.
I'm a new joiner to the Discord. Ordinarily, I wouldn't mention it, but the nickname is Shoryuken.
There you go. Don't know who that is. We'll hopefully find out in the near future. Paul Riccobeni on the tail of Martin Lauer there. Two of the old school championship combatants seasons past. Both men have won a title. And unfortunately, we're now in the shadow of the great Dutch hope. Mike Stofmeel. Eat your heart out, Max Verstappen. Mike Stofmeel is actually Holland's #1 for titles.
More than Dirty Bob Schreiber?
Dirty Bob Schreiber is not really their hope for titles, just more info.
I suppose. We were going to try and get Pablito Ricardo Bongo on the commentary, but I think he went to bed because Mike's bad at coordinating pace.
I will totally take the blame for this one.
Excellent, because Paul Riccobeni is blameless and innocent and worthless.
Don't know about that. Mike Jeffries trying to get around the Audi of Nick Peterson here, battle for 11th place. Peterson's on a little bit of a charge in a disappointing qualifying, and appears to be trying to rectify the problem. Also on a bit of a charge is Michael Magas, up from 17th on the grid to 13th. So having a pretty good day so far for the Project Velocity crew. They are 6th and 13th. And with Johnny Major absent from the race, VIP Racing has just the single car to support. And of course, Mike Stofmeel, one-man army of Team Thundernuts. Going into that championship contending status.
Thundernuts.
But I'll tell you who's actually really getting the best of this in terms of teams though right now. J&J Motorsports. Josiah Jerome, 2nd place. Joe Racer in 8th. They're having a fantastic. Joe Racer is under pressure though by Yevgeny Lazarenko. See, that's what you call a segue. Nils Baukic sliding back a little bit there. He's the 10th place car there from. I don't remember what team that is. Is that the Iron Force car? Might be the Iron Force car.
I don't know. Are you asking me questions?
That's just more or less asking the ether. There is Gerardo Delvey in 4th place in the old school Mustang. Byron, you've historically been very anti-complimentary to Mustang. Would you like to apologize to the car itself?
It's made out of bricks and retardation. I refuse to apologize. Although it does go very fast and straight.
It is very fast. Ridiculous. So, Mike Jeffries trying to get back at that's Nick Peterson ahead of him still. No luck as of yet. Rick Martell's up to 8th place, or 18th place. Looking back. Dixon Hurst on a good run. He's into 19th. Simeon Naku having a rough day. He's down to 20th there, so it looks like maybe some contact there at some point. The two McLarens battling in the background there are Zoltan Calmondi and Guillermo Martinez, teammates at the Zalucci Bowman's team. And there is Yevgeny Lazarenko taking 8th place with a nice nifty pass there in turn 2 on Joe Racer. And at some point, Gerardo Del Vea has taken 3rd place off of Ariel Zatoni, so the Mustang is on the charge. Double Mustang podium as it stands right now.
Ariel's still not driving the Lotus.
Still not driving the Lotus, still driving an Audi. Unfortunately, there is a Lotus GT3 car, it's just not in the game. That's the problem. I believe it's the Evora that is
the Devourer.
Martin Lauer on the attack here against that KFC chicken Audi of Ariel Zatoni. I'd like to get up there before the Mustang gets a chance to pull away. I'll tell you who's getting lift in the dust, though. It's Paul Riccobeni, who just doesn't seem to have anything for these guys back at 6th place. Lauer going down the inside of Zatoni. That is a beautiful move there by Martin Lauer. Solid racing by the Audi driver. And that's going to take him up into 4th position. As we had a little bit of lag spike there, looks like, in the recording. Don't recall that in the actual race itself, but must have shown up on the recording, unfortunately. So it is now Stofmeel from Jerome, Del Vea, Lauer, Zatoni, Riccobeni, Higgs, Lazarenko, Racer, and Baukic. That is your top 10, and they would be the reverse. Oh, little physicality there. Mike Jeffries looking to make a move down the around the outside, actually, of Nick Peterson. That's not going to work, Mike. I don't know how to break it to you. Peterson retains 11th time being for the Midwest Audi team. Jeffries still in 10th. Of course, Peterson's teammate Leonard Burke having a bit of a bad day. He's down in 26th position. So rough times for the classic Audi driver. Mike Jeffries trying to find a way through. He would love to get that spot. He needs to maximize his result because teammate Johnny Major is not here, which is 2 things. Number 1, that means the Silver Cup is very open because Major is winning the Silver Cup right now, and Jeffries has got the job done against Peterson, but Peterson takes it back, so you got to drink because it didn't work. But it may have worked. He's actually through now, so you don't have to drink quite yet.
No drinking. You can drink multiple drinks.
There it is. Nick Peterson has a successfully been relegated to 12th place behind Mike Jeffries. Michael Magas in the background is under pressure from Guillermo Martinez, who is the orange-fronted McLaren. The McLaren with the white front is Zoltan Kalmandi. Yevgeny Lazarenko on the attack here against Richard Higgs. By the way, Ariel Zatoni's dropped back to 6th place, so he's dropping like a bit of stone, having lost 5th to Paul Riccobeni. Zatoni in some trouble after at one point looked like he was in for a podium. Yevgeny, actually pretty much the exact same move he pulled on Joe Racer maybe 2 laps ago. He is through, so I'm just going to call that move the Yevgeny Lazarenko.
He is Lazar focused.
Higgs is looking to try and make a comeback. We had pleasure racing with Matt Higgs, Richard's son, in the ACC race the other day. So
I hear he ain't no good.
He did very well. I think he's actually probably faster than
Little Higgs, that be him.
Yeah, I can't call Richard Higgs Little Higgs anymore. He's Big Higgs.
Well, I didn't call him Little Higgs in the first place.
We did. We've done it before.
No, I was referring to the children. That was the question. Is like, do you have multiple children, and do you call them the 3 Little Higgs?
Richard Higgs looking to go back on the attack against Yevgeny, but Yevgeny is a very stout defender. Very, very difficult to overtake cleanly. So Higgs is going to have to show some really good pace. In the meantime, Timo Konecki and Simeon Naku are having a little bit of a battle there for 17th place, with Simeon winning this particular occasion of Eastern European Battle Rumble.
The Loyal Rumble.
Indeed, there is Guillermo Martinez still on the attack against Project Velocity's Michael Magas. Key silver battle here between these 2 cars. Zoltan Kalmadi and Wayne Hutchinson in the background. There is further back, you can see Naku, who has triumphed over Konecki. That is 17th, 18th, so 14th back to 18th. Pretty much in the same shot. So things could be heated up between these cars in the long run. Rick Martel also in the mix, as unfortunately we are getting a little bit of a choppiness going. Perhaps I'm going to play with my recording settings for the next one.
Sound like maybe you need 93 gigabytes of RAM.
it's definitely not a Ram problem. Michael Magas has been relegated to 14th place by Guillermo Martinez, so we missed that. Martinez is through. His teammate Cal Mondi is next up. Can Magas fight back here against the McLarens? And Simeon Naku is on the tail of Wayne Hutchinson further back. We know that Wayne in that P45, he struggles with straight line speed. The Z06 has got plenty of that. So look for Naku to line up and overtake. And indeed, there it is. Nostradamus prediction. Naku up to 16. Ariel Zatoni having a bit of a rough day. It's looking like a podium might be in his grasp, and he's now behind Paul Riccobeni in 6th place, so we'll see if he can fight back. We've seen that Riccobeni doesn't seem to have anything for the top 4. He just cannot keep with them. He's only about 2.5 seconds back, but he doesn't have there. We're approaching the halfway point of the race. Zatoni looking to the outside, that's not going to work, and I don't think that's really on anytime, just not really an overtake that you can make happen. Lazarenko is in behind them there in the Porsche. We'll see if he can catch up. Zatoni looking to the inside. Nothing going at this time for the Argentine driver. He's coming off a very bad run at Spa, and would love to have a great result here. And right now, running in 6th place is not a bad spot to be, but it does feel like he has top 5 pace and would like to get past Paul Riccobeni as soon as possible. Nick Peterson and Mike Jeffries once again scrapping over 11th place. This has been a battle that's pretty much been going on since lap 1. Jeffries has the advantage right now over the pro entry Nick Peterson, who's having a bit of a rough day. There is Zatoni on the tail of Riccobeni. Pressure is still going on there. So we've got a lot of fights going on through the field. Everything's pretty tight, but at the front, Mike Stofmeel is 4 seconds ahead. Comments.
Here is Tony currently racing for Team ASMR.
Indeed. In the background there, you can see Richard Higgs still on the tail of Yevgeny Lazarenko, and Joe Racer not too far back. So Joe had a pretty good day there in 9th position. Good for Joe. Ariel going side by side. Can he get the job done? The inside line is going to go to Paul Riccobeni, and he basically right there, Ariel may have just pulled off the reverse Lazarenko, making the move around the outside there instead of the inside. Can Paul get it back? And speaking of Yevgeny, he's lost 7th place to Richard Higgs, at least for the time being, but you may end up having a drink here if you can get back past him, but the answer is no. Almost 2 drinks for the fans, but no drinks were handed out.
Drink. Oh, sorry.
We'll see if Nick Peterson can get everyone to drink if he has a failed move here on Mike Jeffrey.
Correct. My real goal is to have so many drinking rules that you just have to drink, and then I say something funny and they snort alcohol out their nose.
It's a fine plan.
It is my goal in life to destroy your nostrils.
Do we have anything for the underage ones today?
Cocaine.
Oh, go with the cocaine option.
I mean, if you're gonna do illegal stuff anyway, just bypass the booze. Come on.
That's true. If you're gonna go illegal, you might as well go full out.
Just not heroin, all right? That's
a dirty drug. It's a dirty drug.
Unless you're a musician.
Oh, Yevgeny flashing the headlights. A little bit displeased with Richard Higgs, it appears.
Well, I mean, you boys pretty much displeased all the time, right?
He definitely does have a little bit of a displeased disposition. So,
correct.
A lot of dissing going on there.
You're gonna drop a hot diss track.
Nick Peterson on the inside here. Mike Jeffries, can you get the job done, or are we going to have to drink? Let's see here. The Audi should have the advantage in braking against the ballasted Mercedes.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your beverages.
Going down the inside. Can he get the job done? Nick Peterson. Come on, Nick. It's open on the inside. Nick, go for it. Go for it.
You can do it just in the nick of time.
Simeon Naku is also on the attack against Guillermo Martinez. These two have dropped Michael Magas like a bad habit. So he's falling back. There you go. Got you guys a drink in there. Yevgeny is still behind Richard Higgs. So Higgs holding on, Martinez holding on, and Jeff. Oh, there you go. Drink. Simeon Nakud went for an overtake on Martinez and failed.
Well, did he make the overtake and then get past him?
He did make the overtake and then got past him.
Okay, that's a total drink.
Lazarenko on the tail of Higgs, getting real physical with the rear bumper of Richard Higgs there. He's trying to make an addition to the little Higgs. It looks like Lazarenko going for his patented turn 2 overtake and makes it happen. He's up into 6th. He's back into 7th place.
93rd place.
Mike Jeffries and Mike Jeffries and Nick Peterson's fighting hasn't slowed them down. They're right up on the tail of Nils Baukic now. Richard Higgs going for the overtake around the outside. That's not going to work, Richard. And Lazarenko shuts the door on the Canadian time. Leonard Burke on a little bit of a charge. We talked about him being back in 26th place. He's climbed back to 23rd. So congratulations. Oh, John Picha missing a part of the car there. That's right.
Some asshole in my neighborhood's firing off fireworks. So if you hear explosions in the background, I'm hoping it's not machine gun fire.
Hoping it's not machine gun fire. Hoping it's fire.
Although, if I go now, I could probably grab one. I mean, I'm sorry, what?
Hashtag pray for Byron.
I'll be fine. I got shotguns. You really want to go up head-to-head with the Mossberg, you be my fucking guest.
Nick Peterson's getting dropped a little bit. Mike Jeffries is on the attack against Nils Baukic, which is a pretty key thing because these are two of the main competitors for the Silver Cup title. It's basically Jeffries, Johnny Major, and Nils Baukic who've been the forerunners in the Silver Cup. And of course, Johnny Major not here, so this is a big battle here, and it's also for pole for race 2, so that's also a big deal. Mike Jeffries has gotten past and gotten repassed by Baukic, so you must drink.
All them drinks.
Paul Riccobeni is unable to stay with Ariel Zatoni by the looks of it. Come on, Paul. Mike Jeffries back on the attack against Nils Baukic. Can he get the job done? He's up in the 10th place this time. Is he going to make you drink again, or can he hold the position? He cannot, and you must drink again.
My goodness, this is the best rule I've ever come up with.
Mike Jeffries is determined to get you drunk.
Why is there a weird moose underneath the hoop?
That's probably the bull I was talking about.
Yeah, I don't understand that. It's like a short-necked moose.
So Nils Baukic still hanging on to that reverse grid pole against Mike Jeffries. That's very key. Like, this is the most key fight on the track right now. Oh, somebody is off, and Paul Riccobeni's up in 5th place. That's Ariel Zatoni taking a trip across the Austrian flag-colored gravel.
That's what you get for not driving the motors.
And it looks like Mike Jeffries has finally got the job done against Nils Baukic and is up into 10th position in the Mercedes.
It's a real Nils biter.
It is. And it is indeed. Nils Baukic's car is the Iron Force car. Wayne Hutchinson is on the tail of Zoltan Kalmandi, who's right on the tail of Michael Magas. The battle is going on here into the first corner here. This is 15th, 16th, and 17th position. Audi versus McLaren versus P45.
Like the back.
Yeah, the green car. The Gillis Motorsports car. That's what it is. I just don't like the eyeball cockpit that it's got going on.
Well, it's because you're not into Cyclops. And that's very racist of you.
It is terrible racist. I can't help it, sir. I was born to a people that appreciate genetic purity.
Technically, we're all Cyclopses.
That's true. Zoltan Kalmandi looking down the inside of Michael Magas. Doesn't look like he can get the job done this time. Wayne Hutchinson probably just going, can you guys just nudge each other and let me up 2 spots? Tino Konietzki in the Porsche is right behind. That's true. They're catching
Team Iron Force. I'm going to keep cutting you off. You said Team Iron Force earlier. I don't know what sparked that in my brain. Do you remember, I can't remember who it was, some rap impresario decided that they were going to have their own, Ultimate Fighter show. Mm-hmm. And it was called the Iron Ring. but whoever it was, like I think it was somebody's cousin or nephew or whatever, got hired to do the voiceovers for the hype videos, and the guy A, didn't have an education, and B, speech impediment.
It's a bad combo. It's a bad
combo. You got this kind of badly narrated thing when he asked you to tune in to the Iron Wing. Like, oh no. Predictably didn't go. It might have been 50 cents. I don't know.
That's terrible. You're gonna have to look that up.
Yeah, it wasn't around very long.
Martin Lauer looking at sniffing at a podium as he closes in on Gerardo Del Vea. Looking at further back, Nick Peterson is overtaking Nils Baukage for 11th. So Baukage is falling in the aforementioned Iron Force Porsche.
Iron Wing.
Wayne Hutchinson putting the pressure on Zoltan Kalmandi. In the meantime, Michael Magas has opened up a bit of a gap there, and he's looking to maybe close in on Guillermo Martinez, who's in the 14th position there in the additional McLaren. There's lapped traffic for Gerardo Del Vea and Martin Lauer to deal with. That is either Toby Howard or Justin Kratz. I don't remember which one has the green.
Toby nursing really well.
Yes. There is Wayne Hutchison. Man, it's got to be frustrating driving that P45. It's got next to no straight line speed. Like, it is just weak in a straight line. It's great in corners. Handles fantastically well. Amazing grip. I can say a lot of nice things about it. But when it comes to overtaking, its lack of straight line speed has got to be the most frustrating thing on the road. You can get up close to a car and then just hit a wall when you can't get an overtake done.
Agreed.
Key battle going on for 10th place there. Nick Peterson looking to get on a reverse grid pole against Mike Jeffries, which would be a big deal because of Jeffries, Silver Cup Championship contender, currently in the reverse grid. His rival Nils Baukage is not in the reverse grid, although right now the top, he is only in 3rd place with Silver Cup is Richard Higgs, who's a racer having a fantastic day. Cannot say enough good things about Richard Higgs, who's in 9th place, having fantastic runs at the moment. Martin Lauer putting the pressure on the Mustang of Gerardo Del Vea, yet to find a way around. And this will be kind of a similar problem to what I was talking about with the P45, is that Mustang is such a beast in a straightaway, it's very hard to find a place to overtake it. And that will be the challenge for Canada's Martin Lauer going forward here.
I must say, Josiah Jerome holding a solid 2nd place with only 1 pixel per race. So, I mean, he's doing pretty good.
He's actually kept the gap down to less than 10 seconds, too.
It's a lot better than So, Josiah Jerome's done it. Trav Haas, Walhax has done that. And I think Caleb Gonzalez, beat him once.
Stofmeel has been beaten a couple of times, but it's very rare. Very rare.
Yeah, and Mukonen is also in that
yes,
list.
Pavel Mukonen, yeah.
So, yeah. That's the list. I don't think that there's anybody else that could be on that list that either stuck with him or kept it close. Or
Mike Davies. I'm going to throw Mike Davies in. He's done very well. He's gone head-to-head with Stofmeel in the Battle of the Mikes.
Well, I mean, his name's Mike, and that is the worst name that's ever been existed, so...
I feel offended.
What's the point? That's the joke.
Martin Lauer trying to get past the Mustang of Gerardo Del Vea. It's not happening yet, but Martin is a very determined racer, very, very talented. We'll see if he can get the job done as he moves to the inside here, heading into turn 2. Can he get it done? Can he pull the Lazarenko? Because this is where Yevgeny Lazarenko has beasted on some opposing cars here. He's right in this heavy braking zone right here, but it's not going to happen today, or at least at this moment, for Martin Lauer. He's held off again by Gerardo Del Vea. Mike Stofmeel still in the lead from Josiah Jerome. Rounding off the top 5 is Paul Riccobeni, then it is Zatoni, Lazarenko, Higgs, Racer, Jeffries, Peterson, Baukage, Nakud, Martinez, Magas, Kalmandi, Hutchinson, Konietzki, Martel, and Hurst. That is your top 20.
And Kratz.
Yes. Kratz down. 24 points. Javi P in 22nd. We've not seen Javi P like the whole day. He's down 22nd place.
Well, that's because he has been busy listening to music.
True. He's helping out the RRS Enchilada team. Or is it RRS Spicy? I don't remember which one's Enchilada and which one's Spicy now.
El Caliente.
I think Spicy is Del Valle and Perez Torres, and then Zatoni is the Enchilada team.
I'm good for both of those combined.
Martin Lauer is still looking for a way around Gerardo Del Valle. Nothing happening at this time. And there is the charging Nick Peterson, still trying to get that reverse grip. I don't think Peterson started on pole in an ESR race, and it'll be interesting to see if he can get that from Mike Jeffries, and we'll see what he can really do. Because Nick Peterson is a remarkably consistent driver, not necessarily the fastest guy, but a guy who's just going to absolutely give you a tight grouping. Oh, Wayne, no! Wayne Hutchinson spinning off.
That's not how you drift.
That's not how you drift. I don't think that car would be very good to drift with, to be honest.
Just takes practice.
Anything takes practice. Anything given enough practice is time, but that's allowed Timo Konietzki and Rick Martel through. And, Nick Peterson went for the Lazarenko, and it didn't pay off. Mike Jeffries still holds on to 10th position at the time being. Simeon Naku's on a bit of a charge here. He's in 13th place, catching up to Nils Baukic. We'll see if he can make the Porsche drivers sweat a little bit, and maybe even get in that fight for reverse grip pull. We got top still at 2-3 laps to go. So things there as John Peachy getting out of the way with his heavily damaged Red Devil McLaren. And Martin Lauer putting the pressure on Gerardo Bove, has been for some time. They're coming up to Leonard Burke to lap him. He is in that older Audi there, the LMS Ultra model, running in 23rd position for Midwest Racing. He has LBB on your scoreboard there. Shout out to Leonard Burke. You need to start using your actual name there, buddy. That's all I'll say. It just looks weird having that L.BB.
Leo and Hard with a vengeance.
Indeed. Well, flashing the headlights there for Gerardo Del Valle, who's a little bit unhappy with the blue flag behavior of Leonard Burke, so that'll be interesting. Nick Peterson has been gapped a little bit by Mike Jeffries for the time being. A generous interpretation of track limits there by Nils Baukic. Getting very, very wide. Keeping in mind that the stewards are looking at track limits in turn 1 and 2 in this race because of the game not really penalizing at the same level as always. It's a bit of an extra workload for the stewards. This particular race drive, due to that nature right there of the ability to take a lot of advantage, particularly in turn 1 by getting very wide. Nick Peterson is putting the pressure once again on Mike Jeffries, but he's not right on the back of him now. We'll see if he can make something happen. Update from the front, Josiah Jerome, he's still keeping it about that 7 to 8 second range, although dropping back right now, which implies that maybe Jerome is off the track. Can we get the cameras to go on to Mr. Josiah Jerome, please? Because I feel he may be in trouble, or that may just have been a lag error that was causing the gap to grow at an alarming rate. In the meantime, Nick Peterson still on the tail there of Mike Jeffries, but Jeffries is starting to pull away now, showing that Mercedes AMG grunt. And with 1 lap to go, he's looking pretty comfortable there. Joe Racer's just a little bit ahead of them there in 9th place. And Zoltan Kalmandi still on the tail of Michael Magas. Battle of Yugoslavia and Hungary. The war is on, and it is real.
I would also be hungry if I was in Yugoslavia.
Depends. What are your thoughts on cabbage?
I mean, it's pretty good.
I think you'd be fine, right? It's cabbage in everything.
Fair enough. My mom makes these things she calls crowd burgers. And it's kind of like an Eastern European calzone.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah, so it's basically you eat yourself some bread dough, and you fry up a bunch of hamburger, and you chop a bunch of cabbage, shred it all up, and you're basically stuffing these things, like all that stuff, into bread dough, and then you bake the shit out of it. And you cut it in half, nice and hot, just big old wedge of butter on each top of the half, and like a taco. And my goodness, is that ever tasty. It's very simple, and I don't even think she puts much in the way of, like, I think it's just salt and pepper and the beef, and that's it. Like, I don't think there's anything else going on there.
I hate to interrupt, but Simeon Naku just pulled off a real nice overtake of Nils Baukje for 12th place.
Probably should have interrupted.
Good charge by Simeon. That's probably the move of the race here today. This might be the last lap, or is we getting one more? Not sure, to be honest. I think maybe we are probably getting one more. So Nick Peterson's got one more lap to get it done against Mike Jeffries. Can he do it? What are your laying odds here, Byron? I think Nick's got it.
Maybe.
Looks like we may have lost Javi P from the race. Javier Perez Torres now being shown in 26th position with zero gap. That suggests that internet problems have plagued the Mexican driver. Getting a little physical there. Nick Peterson trying to pull the Yevgeny Lazarenko. Didn't get it done. Ariel Zatoni going through on Paul Riccobeni. Riccobeni is slowing to a stop. Paul Riccobeni might be out of gas, everybody.
He took a calculated risk.
He didn't ask.
He is bad at math.
He didn't ask me to calculate the fuel. Just saying. Might have helped out if he had asked his math-obsessed teammate to give him a hand in regards to the fuel. And things have gone bad here towards the end for Guillermo Martinez. He slipped back to 15th position. He was up at a solid 13th, I do believe. And there is Zoltan Kalmandi still trailing the now sole remaining Project Velocity car of Michael Magas. We have lost towards the end here Paul Riccobeni and Javier Perez Torres. We have also lost Nick Peterson, dropping us down to 25 cars. So the last lap has been carnage-filled. We've lost some contenders, but Mike Stofmeel going to take home the victory. I think we can pretty much say that for certain. I think he's probably also finished across the line at this point, as this is pretty much the final corner here between Zoltan Kalmandi and Michael Magas. They had a battle that went on pretty much the whole race, and Magas has emerged victorious at this time. Zoltan looking for the move. Can he get it done before the line?
Zoltan looking to put Mikhail Magas into the ending late spot.
The answer is no in that regard. There's Tobias Howard coming across the line in 22nd position, finishing the race up for, I don't remember what his team's name is, but him and Justin Kratz are a Porsche team. And Wayne Hutchinson coming across the line in 17th position. Feels like he could have had more. There's Dixon Hurst in 18th, so let's run it down. Mike Stofmeel, your winner, from Josiah Jerome, Martin Lauer, Gerardo Delville. So Lauer did get Gerardo Delville eventually for third place. Ariel Zatoni, Yevgeny Lazarenko, Richard Higgs, Joe Racer, Mike Jeffries. In race 2, we'll have Simeon Naku on the pole position in the Corvette Z06. That is not
Agreed.
Dixon Hurst, so I don't know why it's being shown as Dixon Hurst. That is Mike Jeffrey.
You can't prove that.
It's a Mercedes, and Dixon Hurst is driving a Red Bull-sponsored Ford.
You can't prove that either.
I absolutely can.
Oh, fair enough. Carry on.
Who's the Porsche in the black and yellow? I don't even know who that is. That might be Alfonso Saccone, the newcomer to the grid. Mike Jeffries heading out there. You can see there. Yeah, now it's saying that it's Mike Jeffries. He was calling you Dixon before Mike Jeffries. You should be a little offended by that, maybe. Or maybe Dixon Hurst should be offended by that. I don't know.
I would be offended just because I'm very sensitive.
You're a highly sensitive person. Very, very emotionally intelligent.
Very emotional.
Very emotional about all things. So Mike Jeffries heading out there for warm-up. Who you got in this race, Byron? Are you looking for someone other than Mike Stofmeel, or is Stofmeel just going to come charging for 10th place and take it all home once again?
I mean, yeah.
That's your call. You don't think Josiah can hold him off?
Well, yeah, if you got more than one pixel every 2 years. I'm saying, y'all motherfuckers just shook as hell. You want to donate no gear to a guy who needs it.
Speaking of Josiah, there he is heading out. The J&J Motorsports car. For, you can see his the Oust Motorsports livery. And heading out on track to represent Dominica out here. Pretty sure he's the first Dominica driver to ever race at Red Bull Ring.
That might be true.
Probably. Red Bull Ring, of course, in Austria, home of the great Red Bull brand. It used to be called the A1 Ring, and it's forever the A1 Ring. Oh, some style points. Again, from Mr. Josiah Jerome. He's got a flair for the dramatic. At this point, I'm pretty sure he's doing that intentionally, because that's the second time in a row. All right, the grid is forming up. We're once again looking at Mike Jeffries. He's going to be starting on the front row with the Corvette of Simeon Naku for company. Joe Racers on row 2, joined by Richard Higgs. Then it's Yevgeny Lazarenko. That's your top 5 on the grid. 25 cars taking part as Nick Peterson has not made the grid. Unfortunately for race number 2, he had technical problems. Technically correct. The best kind of correct.
Allegedly
correct. Just not as good as technically correct. We're waiting for Tino Konetsky to join the grid. There we go. He is on, and let's get this going. The first quarter is going to be very important because a lot of things can be done there. It's a very wide corner. They are off. It's a heavy braking zone, and we'll see what happens. Simeon Naku has gotten off in the lead. Can he hold it, though? Mike Jeffries has got the inside line. Mike Jeffries briefly in the lead, but Simeon Naku taking it back in the mix is Yevgeny Lazarenko, who's gotten a fantastic start. He's up to third. Somebody is backwards in the background. I think that was Nils.
A couple of them.
I think it was Nils Baukic that I saw specifically that was backwards, unfortunately for him. Although he's in 11th place, so it can't be Baukic. It's got to be someone who has like a similar car, maybe. Richard Higgs putting a little bit of a bumper in Joe Racer there to take fourth away from the American. Canadians are not always polite. We can be forceful if we need to. Ariel Zatoni in the background there, and of course Gerardo Delvey and the Mustang is coming charging down. He's looking to take both of them, but he will have to settle for just taking Zatoni. No, he doesn't get it, and it's opened up the door for Martin Lauer. He's trying to slip through there. He is in the silver or Audi there, trying to get through. Yevgeny Lazarenko is holding off Silver Cuppers, Richard Higgs, and Joe Racer for the time being. And it's Simeon Naku leading the way. Simeon is still looking for that first ESR victory. So go, Simeon, go. We want to celebrate the national anthem on the podium.
Cue Soviet national anthem here. As for humor.
The Soviet Union would happily agree to celebrate amnesty. Hey, wait, I thought you guys broke up. That's what we wanted you to think. You know who probably actually at the start of the race so far? Javier Perez Torres started dead last. He's up to 19th. So Javi P on the chart.
Well done.
And as for the Porsche, who is pointed backwards, I'm left with assuming that it was Tino Konetsky, who was the backwards facing Porsche of the first corner there. Gerardo Delvey looking for a move on Joe Racer. Nothing going. He's got the Mustang of Mike Stofmeel in the background. I don't think we even seen Mike Stofmeel much in race 1, so it's his time to shine as he cuts his way through the grid. We're on board.
Seriously, they go 6 wide in front of Mike Stofmeel for 3.5 laps.
For 3.5 laps. We ride on board with the Team Zax BKK Mobile Oil Racing car. Mike Jeffries in second place. They're trying to track down Simeon Naku. Yevgeny Lazarenko is in third place. It is Richard Higgs for Joe Racer slipped back there. He's in fifth. Gerardo Delvey, Mike Stofmeel, Martin Lauer, Josiah Jerome, and Ariel Zatoni. So top 10 from the last race are still top 10. They are doing their thing. Tino Konetsky is overtaking Javier Perez Torres in the background. Dixon Hurst got through on Alfonso Saccone for 21st position. Ford, the hometown Ford Red Bull is on the charge to the grid. Speaking of hometowners, it's a shame we don't have Dennis Meichner, the actual Austrian, on the track today.
Yeah, well.
And Gerardo Delvey, you can tell he's very eager to get past Joe Racer because he knows he's got Mike Stofmeel all over his back end. And that's the one guy on this track that he does not have straight line speed over. And in fact, we could have a 3-wide scenario here. Gerardo's going for the move. Mike Stofmeel just tacks up under him and just says, "I'll follow you through, buddy." And now is setting up for possibly moving to the next turn. But he's going to hold on to 6th place. For the time being, Stofmeel is on the charge and making his way through the field, as is Delvey. Martin Lauer is now looking to get past Joe Racer. So these last couple of corners, not kind losing out to both the Mustangs, and now I think Martin Lauer has got him as well down the inside there. Does he have it? He does. Ariel Zatoni queuing up next to get through, and behind them is his teammate Josiah Jerome and Nils Baukic. Further back is Michael Magas, he'll take Londi, Rick Martel, Guillermo Martinez. Leonard Burke having a really good race up there in 16th place, followed by Wayne Hutchinson, Tino Kronietsky, Javier Perez-Torres, and Justin Krantz having a pretty solid outing in 20th position. Paul Riccobetti, 21st place. Byron, do you have any words of motivation for Paul Riccobetti right now?
Positive proximity is that you can do the thing.
There you go. Must have gotten caught up in that first lap carnage. There's no way to be there now. And there it is, Stofmeel, 5th place. He is now top Mustang. He will not tolerate anyone in the same car to beat him.
Is Stofmeel in first yet?
He's not in first yet. He's only in 5th.
Unbelievable.
Joe Racer and Ariel Zatoni's in a J&J sandwich there with Josiah Jerome and Joe Racer. Overtaking Joe Racer there, and there is the teammates, J&J boys, getting a little bit side by side with the RRS car of Ariel Zatoni. Nothing really going on yet. Things developing there, I think, towards the tail end of the top 10. There's Nils Baukic and Project Velocity entry just a little bit higher up. Further back, John Peaches at the rear, but appears like his car might be attacked this time, so let's see if we can. Richard Higgs on the attack against Mike Jeffries. Battle of silver cuppers right now. Jeffries has lost second to Evgeny Lazarenko, and Higgs is through, so Richard Higgs up onto the podium. But you feel like that might have just been a little bit of self-preservation because he's got Mike Stofmeel climbing all over the back of Mike Jeffries now. Stofmeel smells blood in the water, and he's got 9 minutes to still make up the remaining ground as he goes through on Mike Jeffries into 4th place. Gerardo Dove and Martin Lauer are also next there, as well as Ariel Zatoni. Looks like something has happened to Joe Racer. He has slipped all the way back to 18th and is slipping further back. So Joe Racer must be off the track somewhere. Here's hoping that he finds his way back on. So Mike Stofmeel up to 4th place. Next on his list is Richard Higgs, who he brings up the lead silver car and, of course, the podium position. And, yeah, just that power of that Mustang, it's just undeniable. And in the background, Gerardo Davila is pretty much pulling up the same move on Mike Jeffries. So the Mustangs are just putting on a classic display of what straight line speed can do for you. But Jeffries is trying to fight back, trying to make us drink once again. But he will not be able to do it this time.
I drink anyway.
Leaking into 5th place. Hey, well, I said may, not, you know, we always have the option to drink. Volunteer.
By example.
And your boy, Mike Magas, up in the top 10.
What?
Stunning, I know.
I mean, drink, but I mean also what?
Top 10. Top 10, baby.
Top 10? Alright, you just slingshotting on Josiah.
Josiah's a fair bit ahead of me. I got nothing for him right now.
You're just using the turbulence to get through.
Maybe, I don't know. Change of position there. Ariel Zatoni has taken Martin Lauer for 7th place. Mike Jeffries is still trying to make a thing happen here with Gerardo Nove. I just don't think he has the strength and speed to get it done. Half race to go. We'll see what he can do in that time. Kind of just looking through the grid now to see if there's any stories developing. And Paul Riccobeni's up into the top 20 at least. He's up to 19th.
Ha-cha-cha.
Paul Riccobeni. Next up on his list, Javier Perez-Torres.
And then Igor cuts nuts off.
That's 9. That's another 8 seconds ahead, though. It's a long ways. Wayne Hutchinson and Leonard Burke both overtaking Rick Martel there. So Martel with maybe a little bit of an off, and looks like it's a serious off as he's dropping like a stone. Gerardo Del Valle on the attack against Richard Higgs, looking to get through. Nothing going yet. Mike Stofmeel is up on the tail of Yevgeny Lazarenko. If there's anyone that can maybe hold off Stofmeel for a while, it is Lazarenko. A very truculent defender, very stout in defense, and Simeon Naku right now needs to put the pedal to the metal and get this gap up as large as he can, because right now it's only about 2 seconds back to Mike Stofmeel. And with 6 minutes to go, Stofmeel can make up 2 seconds pretty easily if he gets around Lazarenko.
And he will.
We will see. We will see. Nostradamus Byron believes that Mike Stofmeel is going to overtake, and it's only a matter of time.
Actually, I believe I would like to be referred to as Brostradamus.
Brostradamus. And Mike Stofmeel is ahead of Yevgeny Lazarenko. Does he hold, or is he going to make his drink? And he is going to hold it. So Mike Stofmeel proving Brostradamus correct and not making us drink. Although you do have the option to drink at all times.
I mean, you also have the option not to drink. But why?
Oh, someone might be trying to give you
Well, send it to me. You can just keep buying it.
Richard Higgs is under immense pressure. He's got Mike Jeffries and Gerardo Dovell all over him. Dovell is making the move down the inside now and take over 5th position or 4th position, and he does. Higgs sliding back. Jeffries coming for it as well. A little bit of contact there. That's a battle for the top Silver Cup result in this race. Martin Lauer watching from the background, as well as Ariel Zatoni just going like, hey, Silver guys, you mind getting out of our way? We're pro entries. We want to move up a little bit. We want to make our championship a little bit more likely. And nothing happening as of yet. Josiah Jerome on the back end of that, of course, a man who is familiar with the Silver Cup. Now a pro entry, enjoying his first season as a platinum-rated driver. Indeed, there are only about 6 platinum-rated drivers in the field.
And all of them are Mike Stofmeel.
He is one of them. He is 1/6 of the platinum. I'll tell you what guy is threatening his platinum status, though. Paul Riccobetti has just gotten up into 19th place because Guillermo Martinez went off the track.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Pablito Ricardo Bongo is on all there.
Joe Racer has gotten past Martin Lauer and is on the attack against Ariel Zatoni. Pardon me, not Joe Racer, Josiah Jerome. That's his teammate. Pardon me. Pardon me, Josiah.
Joe Racer Jerome.
Mike Jeffries getting shoved out wide by Ariel Zatoni. Can Josiah capitalize and go through as well? The answer is no, but Jeffries loses the spot to Ariel Zatoni, who's on a little bit of charge himself. Richard Higgs is next up on his list. Martin Lauer has had a kind of a weak race. He had a podium in race 1 back in 9th place right now. Really struggling. Lost out in the battle with Zatoni. He's lost out in the battle with Jerome. Wasn't able to find a way around Mike Jeffries, so it's a bit of a bad race here so far for Martin Lauer. But mind you, when your bad race is a 9th place result, I guess you don't have really too much to worry about. Really.
Yeah, that seems like a pretty safe life.
The former champion Martin Lauer, a double 0 champion before we merged in with ESR. Looking to get some answers. Good to have Martin back on the grid. He's a man who's had some things have gotten in the way. Most famously had a bit of gout that caused him to miss about a half a season.
Dang. I guess better for you.
Yeah, it's not funny. He was talking about how painful it was just to drive. So, good to see him in good health and back on the track and looking to make things happen.
Have you tried not drinking only alcohol all the time? I mean, I have, and it's not good. But
it's not recommended by Byron, to be honest.
It's not a good situation. But if you're not able to walk and stuff, it might be time to tap 80%. Cut it back to 80%.
Josiah Jerome looking to go around the outside. Mike Jeffries doesn't work. Opens up the door for Martin Lauer. And here's the battle for the lead. Mike Stofmeel's going for it. Mustang versus Corvette. Is there a more classic battle in all of racing, to be honest, than Corvette versus Mustang?
Ferrari versus Lamborghini.
That's true. Ferrari versus Ford. This is something.
Lada versus literally everyone.
No, Lada has
because they're horrible.
They have no rival. You know what? They had one really good season in WTCC. Actually, lineup with Hugo Volante, Gabriel Tarquini, and Nick Katzberg. They made it happen. Actually, they had 3 race wins. It was pretty impressive. And then they shut the operation down. That was the weird thing. It's like, hey, we've won races. We weren't a joke this season. Yeah, we're done. What? I don't understand.
Even I've heard of 2 out of 3 of those guys.
Which is the one you haven't?
I think the third one you mentioned.
Katzberg?
Yeah.
No, I'm moderately surprised that you've heard of Hugo Valente.
I mean, I might be confusing him with Hugo Duarte.
It's possible. Simeon Neku has lost the lead. Does Simeon have any chance of getting it back from Mike Stofmeel? Well, you know what? I'm going to say the answer is yes, because they do have lap traffic up ahead. And lap traffic always makes things interesting. So that will be his opportunity. Richard Higgs holding off Ariel Zatoni and Josiah Jerome. Mike Jeffries in the background is holding off Martin Lauer, who continues to just have that bitch of a time trying to get past that Mercedes. It's been pretty much the feature of the entire race. Other people are able to get through Jeffries. Lauer just is not. And further back, Javier Perez Torres and Paul Riccobeni are having a great fight over 18th place, which, you know, part of me wants to go look. Part of me is also depressed that Paul Riccobeni's only in 18th place.
Hurtful.
It's my teammate. I have high expectations for him, man.
Well, I mean, possibly.
Very disappointed about that whole fuel thing in race 1. That was just unacceptable. Josiah Jerome, can he get the job done here as they come down to the wire? I don't know if we're getting another lap. We might be, because I think Mike Stofmeel may have gotten across the line before the timer expired. Headlight flashing for Yevgeny Lazarenko. Not really sure.
Oh! For the usual.
Whoa! Ariel Zatoni off. So that was actually the final lap there. So there it is, and it's coming down to the line here between Michael Magas and Nils Baukage. Can Baukage get 10th place for Magas? No. The answer is no. And here indeed is the battle. Paul Riccobeni trailing Guillermo Martinez, who has no front end. Trailing Leonard Burke, who has no front end. This is a dark day for the defending champion, who appears like he may be running out of gas again.
Baukage down to the kid.
Indeed, and they are coming across the line. Leonard Burke with a really solid 16th place. Shout out to Leonard. Ahead of Guillermo Martinez and Paul Riccobeni. And do we have confirmation that is Alfonso? That is Alfonso Chacon in the rather stylish black and yellow Porsche. Justin Kratz coming across the line in 21st position, just outside of the points-paying positions. Harsh for him and the damaged car of Dixon Hurst. That's a very damaged car. Holy shit. Get a close-up of Dixon Hurst's car, please. Tobias Howard comes across the line in 23rd position. John Peach will be 24th after a Red Bull ring to forget. I think it's safe to say for Johnny Picha. And Joe Racer out of the race. Fastest lap to Mike Stofmeel. He also gets the race win from Simeon Neku, Evgeny Lazarenko, Gerardo Davel, Richard Higgs with a double silver victory, Ariel Zatoni, Josiah Jerome, Mike Jeffries, Martin Lauer, and Michael Magas. Your top 10. Byron, do you have any final thoughts from the Red Bull ring?
I called it. Never doubt me again.
It's true. Broster Dramas came through. Next up will be Motegi for the 3D Speed crew, and if you are looking to join up with 3D Speed, please contact me on the Discord, and we've always got room for more. We got some teams that would love to have some additional help in terms of teammates. So get ready for that. Next season, it's gonna be 4-man teams, so get ready. And we'll talk to you later because we don't have anything else to do tonight. So we're caught up.
We're gonna go find some cocaine. Woo!